So I got a video of why cyclists can't be vegan. Just doing a bit of cleaning the house, but you can see the lean physique. You see the abs I've shown you a zillion times. There's some pussy in the background. What pussy is that? Schnitzel. He's just some tidying up here, getting some bike stuff, moving around. But anyway, I've got a question here. Why vegans can't cycle? Why cyclists need to eat meat? I was just talking to my bro. He said you should do an experiment where you time trial up climbs and you eat meats and high quality fats for 4 weeks, and you track the performance. And so that's a very well-meaning, intended suggestion there by my bro, oldest brother Jason there, who is 10 years my senior, and I could get him. He's 52 this year. So I'm 42 this year. So we're 10 years apart. So I said to him, I could get you in the best shape you've ever been in your life. I'd get him fitter than he was ever, in 6 months, and he's age 52. He'd have to give up the cigarettes and the egg and bacon and stuff like that, but he won't do that. But that's the confidence that I have there. So I've trained so many people, thousands of people since 1996, and I can honestly speak with utmost confidence. This isn't like we can talk about animal rights. We saw a lot of stuff in Melbourne going on recently, the protests and stuff. I'll do a video about that. So we can talk about ethics, we can talk about the environment, we can talk about karma, and we can talk about all sorts of things. We can talk about health, we can talk about weight loss. But in terms of pure performance, if you're a cyclist or a runner, a vegan diet is going to give you much, much better results. Even if you're a steroid-using bodybuilder, you're still going to have better results as a vegan. You have better health. You won't have to take as many drugs to lose weight, or I don't think you even have to take any drugs to lose weight. If you're a high-carb, low-fat vegan, pumping the same amount of steroids as these bodybuilders all take, which is fine, it's just the industry, you'll get better results. You'll have better health, you'll have better skin, you'll smell better, everything will be better relative to what it would be otherwise. So there's not one nutrient in animal products that increases human performance. There hasn't been. I've never ever seen it. It's not that I've never seen it. It's just it's not there. It's just not there. It's not the bicycle that can fly across the Antarctic. It's just not there. That's the bikes parked in the hull of an airline carrier. So there's this. I've done all the tests. I've done over 400,000 Ks as a vegan, and I was a cyclist since 1986, riding the BMX around, and got a road bike and rode that around as a meat eater, healthy sort of fit dude from 1997. Got my first road bike to 2001. So I did 4 years of road racing and cycling as a non-vegan, smashing the rice and chicken and stuff like that, and dairy. And I'd always have so much mucus and inflammation or knee pain and stuff like that. And that all, massively drastically reduced when I went vegan within like a couple of weeks, and I was doing the same gears, had the same bike. So the only change was a change of diet. I didn't go from a standard crankset to a compact. There wasn't any changes like that. This is back in 2001. Everyone rode standard cranks, 39, 53 or the 21 straight block on the back. That's just standard. And so I just noticed, easier breathing, and better digestion, a flatter stomach in the morning, less bloating, less inflammation. My knees weren't as achy, So all these things just instantly. And I've noticed all these things when I'm coaching someone who's a brand new newbie. You notice it in my girlfriends over the years. They all come to cycling. I'm their gateway to cycling, introduction, and then just performance levels just insane levels, like national level. Within even Natasha now, her fitness is just cranking right up there. So it's like, it's just it's plant foods. They let the body do its thing. They let the body do its thing, and we're designed to be aerobic creatures with high, anaerobic thresholds. We're designed for that. It's what the human heart thrives on. It's a muscle that needs to be worked. Animal products don't contribute to that. They decrease cardio performance. Simple as that. And so when you understand how the human body works, and you go, okay, there is zero need for animal products. And if someone doesn't want to be a vegan, fair enough. But the less animal products they eat, the better health. Let's not talk about health. Let's not talk about ethics. Let's not talk about environment. Let's not talk about money or anything like that. Let's talk about purely performance. The less animal products someone eats, the better performance they'll have relative to what they would otherwise. Simple as that. It's just, if you're eating 3,000 calories a day and you're athlete training, and you're doing, a bit more fat and a bit more animal protein. And if you cut those things out, the animal fat, animal protein, replace it with plants, same macros, you'll have better performance. Why? Because what's the mechanism behind that? Is you'll have less inflammation from the metabolic waste products found in animal products. You'll have less heterocyclic amines and benzopyrenes. You would have less advanced glycating end products, AGEs, which are found heavily in meat and dairy, etc. You have all these less of these things, less of these toxic things that your liver and kidney has to process. So your kidneys can produce more EPO, and your liver can chemically filter and process things better. Your own metabolic waste products from training, and you have better recovery. That's what I noticed. Is just the recovery level is a lot better because, one, we have less inflammation. Our CRP, our C-reactive protein level goes down. Our ESR levels in the blood go down. Blood volume generally goes up because we're better hydrated. I'm not sure why, but we just get better hydrated when we eat a high-carb lifestyle. Actually, we do know why. We know that carbs get stored with water. So you have better blood volume, better hydration. So your blood volume's going up. Your inflammation markers are going down. And then your performance is going to go up. Same training, same genetics, same background, performance is going to go up. Same drugs, performance is going to go up. And so I've been testing local climbs here in Adelaide since 1996, challenging myself on these climbs. And back from that 1996 period, when I first did my first ever 100k ride, January 96, and then got a road bike end of 97, September 97. And so I've been doing all the hill climb time trials and practicing all the local roads and doing all these things, and I know every hill in Adelaide very, 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 very well. And Norton Summit, done it by maybe 1,000 times, who knows? Done it as a meat eater, done it as a raw foodist, done it as a vegan, done it after doing 400Ks, done it after, bonking for a 200k ride and trying to go up Norton Summit and down to 20 minutes and creeping. I've done it on the back of Chris Froome's wheel. I've done it, into a headwind. I've done it with a massive tailwind. I've done it on an e-bike, on a mountain bike, on a road bike, on a good road bike, on a shitty road bike. I've done it in a pack of 100 people. I've done it, all hours of the day. So I've done Norton Summit so many times, and I understand how it feels, or etc. I've done it with cat fur in my lungs. I've done it on, with the prednisone in my lungs. I've done it with, natty and not natty. I've done it with the guy who did 11 minutes 14 up there, Cookie Man, not natty. So I understand, what the deal is with Norton Summit. And so when you do a climb thousands of times and you do it on different bikes and different training and different cadences and different sleep and different weather and all these different mental thoughts, different music, different drugs, all these things, you get to work out what fucking works, what doesn't. What does work. And so I can honestly say that nutrition-wise, performance-wise, all nutrition, vegan's where it's at, 100%. And I tell people, go and do the experiment. But when you go vegan, don't be one of these orthorexic vegans. I can't eat white rice, I can't eat sugar. That's not a vegan, man. That's fucking eating disorder. Can't eat rice. Rice makes you fat. Meanwhile, 5 billion lean Asians. Durianrider's girlfriend is always lean, Can't eat sugar. Sugar makes you fat. But Durianrider's too lean. So if you do vegan, don't do vegan, do Durianrider vegan. Alright? Durianrider vegan. There we go. It's a new term. Eat like Durianrider. And then that's your performance diet there. Don't eat like Dr. McGregor, who's out of shape. Don't eat like Dr. McDougall, who's gone crazy. People say, I don't think he's gone crazy. I think he's just, I don't know. Don't eat like these people. Those people don't have athletic results. They don't coach people athletically. They're great. McDougall's great. McGregor's just confusion. Eat like Durianrider, and then you've done vegan lifestyle, and then watch your performance go with that. I mean, look at all the people over the years who had no fucking fitness, no idea. Look how fit we got them. Look how fit we got them. That's insane. I mean, look at a classic example is let's take Abdullah. Remember, Abdullah was a guy I introduced to vegan and cycling back in maybe 2014. I remember giving Abdullah his first drink bottle. He had no drink bottles on his bike, no bottle cages on his bike. He had a white Trek, I think it was. He came to my house in 2014, and I was like, "Dude, you got no water bottles?" He goes, "Oh, that's like, no." I said, "You got to have water bottles." He goes, "I don't have any." I'm like, "What?" So I got some old water bottles I had in cages. I'm pretty sure I gave him cages. So I put water bottles on this guy's bike. That's just how much of a noob Abdullah was when he first got going. He's just like inspired. He's like, "Oh, I want to get fit as you, like you," and it's like cool. And helped him come up with the channel like Glucose Networks. This is an example of me creating reality for people, creating an environment for people. So then Abdullah with water bottles on his bike, started to, get pretty fit pretty quick because he's a guy who likes to really go in strong. Just personality-wise, natty or not, just personality-wise. So he did that, and he started climbing pretty good for a heavy sort of dude. And then doing the Indy Pack last year, like riding across Australia at like a world record pace. No one's ever done that, No, it's just like the mileage he did was insane. Solo unsupported, he says. So it's that's the great example. If I've got a guy I'm giving him water bottles. This is how much of a noob we're talking about. This is like come to durianrider at level 0, level 1. Level 1, you got a bike. Level 0, you have a bike. Level 1, come to my house. Level 1 with a bike. Put water bottles in that. Fast forward 4 years later, he's riding across Australia, carving the fuck up. He's got a tattoo, sugar and rice. Correct me if I'm wrong. Those tattoos mean sugar and rice. Right? That's durianrider vegan dedication right there. Sugar and rice. He's riding across Australia. You know what I mean? At a rate that's like, what? I remember even saying, I was like, as much Abdul is pretty good for one day, he won't be able to emotionally make the whole trip. He did. He crushed it. So that's an example like that. I could tell you so many stories, even Banana Girl, freely. I remember we did a run in 2007, and I was like, Freely's a lovely girl, but I can't train this slow, man. Like, she's just so out of shape. She's a fitness instructor at Fitness First Randwick. It's a big deal, Fitness instructor, fitness first. It's a big term gym. But her cardio was just so poor. And I was like, how do you be a fitness instructor with such poor cardio? And so we'd go for jogs, and I'd be like, oh man, I'm not used to running this slow. And but I was like, okay, it's fine. I'll train freely to become a good runner. And eventually, she was running sub 20 minutes with not much training at all. That's sub 20 minutes is fucking impressive, man. There's not many women out there you'll meet who can run sub 20. It's a long way off the world record, for sure. But there's not many women out there who run sub 20, and no stims as well. No drugs, no stims, just full natty. That's pretty impressive, And in her late 30s doing that time, that's pretty impressive. So that's what we're talking about. And even at cycling level, Banana Girl was like, she had Olympic level power. She could definitely be a professional level rider, She obviously wasn't interested, that's fine. But she, I did some rides with her, and when she got fired up, when she wanted to lay down the gas, definitely. Salsiet was saying with Natasha, she definitely got that as well. That's the power of carbohydrates and not having all this obstruction from the meat and dairy and stuff like that. And that's one thing I noticed when I went full vegan. You definitely feel lighter in the gut. And I mean, durianrider vegan, not 10 bags of cashew, which is what we've all done at some point on our vegan journey. Even 10-story Tori, her fitness in a year. So and all the people who come to my festival, look at the Strava leaderboard on Doisa Tep. Look at the times people have done. There's one guy, Charlie. Charlie came to Adelaide 2017. Was it 2017? 2018. And, this kid, 19-year-old, whatever, from England. He doesn't look super fit. He's sort of like, he's got a little bit of puppy fat. He's very young, just healthy, normal-looking kid. Came out there in Adelaide, and he was pretty good. I'd still flog him up the hills and stuff, but he was definitely pretty good. But his performance level in just a couple of months was very, very impressive. And he wasn't doping or taking any drugs. Full natty. And so, and he even had I think it's his first ever road bike was his giant TCR. He even had the plastic thing on the back hub. You know what I mean? Like, he was such a noob. He had the plastic chain cassette protector thing on the back, and coming out training with us and the pros and stuff like that during 2 Down Under and loving it, having a good time. And then he could go up Doisa Tep with the Paul men's wheel, and just doing like a ripper time, like 27 or 20 minutes, whatever, 29, whatever it was up there, faster than me. Faster than me. So that's another example. If performance benefits there, very, very short amount of time. Another one would be a guy, Alex, originally from Russia, moved to Sweden. I remember the first time we met, I think it was 2014. His fitness was so poor. He was so poor. I remember we're going to do a ride, like an 80k ride, and I think I said to him, "Don't come with us because he might get stranded out there and not get back." That's how poor his fitness was, and now he's crushing it on the bike. So in just a couple of years, that's the testimony there. And I don't know anyone out there in cycling who gets noobs to where they're at now. I don't know anyone, and that's not to me be arrogant or whatever. That's just I just don't know any coach out there. I know plenty of Olympic level cycling coaches who get national level people up to better level. A lot of that involves doping. A lot of that involves doping, and that's fair enough. That's that sort of industry. I get that. Not against that. I understand that. That's money. I don't go with the money, so I don't deal with the professional. So I deal more with the fitness, health, personal weight loss side, where we get to people with a certain level where we don't need to. They're not drug induced results. To ride up Norton Summit in 14 minutes as a female, you don't need to dope to do that. There's plenty who do, but you don't need to. To go up to a step in like 28 minutes or whatever, you can do that naturally. To ride across, Australia in crazy amount of time. If you've just got a hard head or carved up, you can do that. But it's just really, it's really, really interesting to see all those improvements there. So we see that, we see so many athletes out there getting busted for performance enhancing drugs in the UFC, in cycling, in soccer, and swimming. And I've taken, as well documented in my many videos, I've taken my little steroid experiments and stuff like that, and done those experiments. And I can honestly say that as a cyclist and runner, those things don't really do much. I'd say that the strongest drug I ever took was prednisone. That was definitely the strongest one I ever took in terms of like clear breathing, just so you can breathe. I had some asthma, cat fur allergies, which I've got rid of now with echinacea and vitamin C. But I did take prednisone a few weeks ago, just because I was desperate. And I did a bit of research about it, and I was curious about it because Galen Rupp apparently takes prednisone. And so I was like, okay, I want to try out what the deal is. And now I understand why those guys and girls take prednisone, because you can breathe like a motherfucker on that. So if you have any allergies, you can breathe all of a sudden better level. So I said that's definitely more powerful than any anabolic I ever took as a cyclist or a runner. But I said the most powerful is definitely sugar, because you can be bonking on a run or a ride. You could be on your bike doing 100 watts, just creeping. Can't push more than 150 watts, whatever. Then have a big sugar drink, 100 grams of sugar, and then bang. You're back up to 300 watts within a few minutes. That's powerful. There's no single drug on the planet that'll let you increase your watts by 200-300 watts, in a few minutes. When you're creeping, you're doing 150 watts, you're totally bonking off the back, have some sugar, and then bang, you're back up to 250, 300 or 400 watts, whatever you can normally do. There's not a single drug that'll let you do that. EPO, prednisone, testosterone, none of those things will do that, but sugar will. So that's why if you're going to do vegan, you better make sure it's durianrider vegan spec. If you want more information on what I recommend, grab a copy of my ebooks, Carb the Fuck Up, and Durianrider's Lean Body Bible. Yeah. And, if you want more, check out my coaching group as well on Facebook. Go to durianrider.com. All the information's there. Watch some of my videos. Watch more of my videos. But if you want a consolidated information pack, go to durianrider.com. Get on the program. And, So, tip of the hat to my brother for Jason for, we're very similar like that. We're experimenters. He's into electronics and stuff like that. I'm into nutrition, and we're into experimenting with stuff. And I'm glad I've done the experiments I've done. Had a lot of ridicule and social disapproval, but I don't give a fuck, because I'd rather be the guy out there who say, look, I've done this, I've done that, and I can honestly say this doesn't work as good as sugar does. Sugar beats everything. EPO, prednisone, testosterone, sugar beats everything. And good music and motivation in the head. Having a chip on your shoulder, that really helps. Why do people? But you combine all these sugars, chips on your shoulder, motivation, music, financial pressure, whatever, and you combine them with prednisone, EPO, Jiffy Bag, Team Sky, Lance Armstrong, Peter Sagan, Galen Rupp, Kipchoge, Michael Phelps, Michael Jordan. Then you've got the program, you got the results there. But yeah, my audience, I guess, is looking for that natural edge, and my friends is rice, bananas, and sugar. And cut out the meat. Just do the experiment. Just do no meat for a couple of months and live off rice, sugar, and fruit durianrider style, and watch your fitness go right up. Even that guy recently on the debate, Drew, he said he was the fittest he's ever been. He's the fittest he's ever been following durianrider's advice.
So there you go,
way
gang.
fitter than he is now.
Take the durianrider challenge. What have you got to lose? But a bit of body weight. That's about it. Noodles, rice, fruit, veggies, sugar, white rice. We load up and see. Look at these poor animals, man. These poor animals. We don't need to support that. It's just, that isn't performance food, man. That ain't performance food. That is not performance food. That is a performance body. Alright? Eat pussy, not meat. Simple as that. Carb the fuck up. Get lean. Get fit. Live life healthy and vibrant, man. Carb up.